Get going. We have a wonderful reading today. This would be in celebration of Women's History Month. So we have two amazing featured readers today, Radhiyah and Christie. And we are going to start, though, with a short video. By the way, welcome everybody to Creative Expressions NYC. It's good to see everyone here today. We're waiting a little bit because of the time change, just in case some people got a little mixed up. But we have quite a few people here now, so we're going to go. Today we're going to start with a video of Lucille Clifton reading "Come Celebrate with Me," and then we're going to go to our open mic. So if you have something that you'd like to read, please share. And then we're going to go to one of our features. So let me just pull up that video for you. Can everyone hear that?
Yeah.
Lucille Clifton grew up in western New York near Buffalo, worked as a government clerk and office assistant. Her first book, Good Times, was rated one of the best books of 1969 by the New York Times. Lucille Clifton, who said one should wish to celebrate more than wish to be celebrated.
Won't you celebrate with me what I have shaped into a kind of life? I had no model. Born in Babylon, both non-white and woman, what did I see to be except myself? I made it up here on this bridge between starshine and clay, my one hand holding tight my other hand. Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful poem. That's one of my favorite poems of all time. And Lucille Clifton is one of my favorite poets. So we thought that would be a wonderful way to start today.
Yeah, lovely.
So now I'm going to turn it over to MTK or Marilyn, Thomas King, and Anson Brown for our open mic.
Hey everyone. So far, how are y'all? Happy Women's Month to all of the females here. We are the world. Don't ever forget that. So, I have Mireya. And then I think Lucille.
Okay, I see Jesse on the list also.
Yeah, I do. I got it too. You ready, Mireya?
Yeah.
Open the door, baby.
You hear me? Okay. Well, this is a poem where the women had a space and they helped each other. circling the periphery in the Blue Mosque in Istanbul. Past 6 minarets, the endless courtyard in Sultan Ahmed's masterpiece, built to rival Justinian's Hagia Sophia. She enters by the south door, the way in for non-believers. Bare feet sink in flowering carpet. The ridge of red tulips spell sacred. Venetian glass windows, teasneck teal tiles reflect cerulean, turquoise, indigo to frame her. Above, the soaring dome floats. Below, she circles the flowered plushness, paces trace periphery, center reserved for believers. She pauses by the latest partition, the swinging door between its apartness, a parenthesis, the periphery inviting. Within, a woman and child on the carpet by the pillar, nesting prayer beads. They beckon to the stone window seats where 5 scarfed women, 1 European, in a semicircle near them. Stillness refreshes her toes to crown as a soft French voice says, "Fermez les yeux," followed by a whispered, "Aspirez." All cross arms, shoulder to shoulder, chest rise, fall, in, out, in, out. Home, home. She joins them. Breath in, breath out. In, out, in, out. Home. Like a soul lost in Bach, the chest expands. Breath in, breath out. Home. Breath, just breath. So near, no far. Breath. Home. Center, periphery, here, one. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Gracias.
Wow. Thank you. Lucille, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Where are you?
Jesse is up next.
Oh boy, me?
You said Tia?
No, Jesse is
Angela?
next.
Jesse?
Yeah, hi.
Hi,
Happy
sweetie.
International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have something short to read. But I was reading it the other day and it was kind of sounding interesting, so I thought I'd share it. Word carrots chopped at the green ends. Tired tortoise turns towards the tunnel of time on his backside. Ways to know the interpersonal persons who pave the road along the side. Ways to be known, to let go of what is unseen. My eye, my knee, my needs. On this table of food to the floor, wondering why there's more. Room at the end, room to be in love with the sun, light that creeps into the frame of the pictures you hung. Crooked and gleeful, no mistakes and faded edges that take you to the sea, to ocean inside your own deep lines.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Woo! The mic is hot. Sonia.
Okay.
Hey, sweetie.
Here
Do
I
what you
am.
do.
Well, this is sort of different. It's not anything to do with Women's International Women's Day or Women's History. I've just been writing about my job memoirs forever, and this is just a piece from that, how I start my class and my teaching, which is job number 18. I'm teaching copy editing and editing. I use a camera metaphor to explain our work. Editors take a wide-angle view of a piece of writing, looking at a story paragraph by paragraph. They want to make sure the lead introduces the story in a way that isn't misleading, that all necessary facts are in the story, as well as removing any facts that are extraneous or confusing, and that the story as a whole makes sense and doesn't raise any questions that aren't answered. Editors may also quiz writers on their sources to be sure that what's published will be accurate and not cause any legal problems. Copy editors take a medium range view of a story, reading sentence by sentence. They especially look at grammar and language to ensure that each word is the best and clearest for what the writer is trying to say. And they also check spelling and punctuation. Finally, there's consistency of publication style, which refers to issues for which there are no rules, like how to treat numbers or what gets capitalized. But every publication follows some style manual. Copy editors may also do basic fact-checking, especially if there's no dedicated fact-checking department. Basically, think of the copy editor as the last person to read a story who can ask the writer questions, so they need to be aware of any questions that arise in this close reading. Then there are proofreaders who look at a story with a close-up lens. Proofreaders are reading word by word, even letter by letter, mostly attuned to spelling and punctuation errors. They don't focus on content, though if any question strikes them, they should ask. It's important that editors and copy editors be able to explain the reason for any changes they make. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, is a maxim to be remembered. Early on, I realized that teaching the difference between editing and rewriting is harder than I thought. How is editing to condense 2 paragraphs to 1 different from simply rewriting? As I am attempting to explain this distinction in my first semester, a student says, "Oh, it's like getting inside the head of the writer and revising yourself." She's got it exactly. And that's how I explain it to students the rest of my teaching career. Absorb the writer's style and keep to it, though that's not as easy as it sounds. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
It's what I do.
John, are you there? Oh,
Yes.
and if we have time, y'all know y'all coming back on, right? You already know that. Y'all already know that.
Yeah.
All right. Then I guess maybe what we'll do is we'll go to our first reader. So tonight we have 2 wonderful readers. Our first one tonight will be Christie Robbins. Christie is an adult services librarian at Queens Library, a writer and poet, and a lover of performing arts. She is a native New Yorker and has been a member of the Women's Writers in Bloom Poetry Salon for 11 years. Everybody, please welcome Christie Robbins.
Can you hear me? Grieving in process. Death ends a life, but not a relationship. That lives on in the mind of the survivor, endlessly searching for a resolution, which it can never find. These are not original words about death, but my friends know the importance of finding the right words, even if they were not original. You could at least post the proper attribution. Plagiarize. Let no one else's work evade your eyes. Remember why the good Lord made your eyes. Plagiarize. But be sure to always call it, please, research. The holes of grief are specific to a person or place. And I didn't know about your death, dear friend, for who would tell me? Lori I lost when she left me for a bipolar disorder, whom I refused to entertain. She had introduced me to her depression and was disappointed when I would not serve it. Phil, our teacher and friend, knew no one else would tell me about Laurie's death and apologized. It took long to remember he had my phone number. It didn't occur to me that I hadn't heard from you, Marshall. Our lives had interfered, reduced to email and comments from Facebook. You had moved to Chicago, and I took your silence as a presence of source. It is so hard to notice one less voice in the feed. Grieving your absence when I hadn't noticed you weren't there feels like a lie. You were stories I wish I'd outgrown, and I am reduced and reminded that we are all just one more voice in the feed, yet to be overwhelmed by the feed. Death might be a black hole, but grief is a Mobius strip to curiously loop back on itself when cut unequally. Thank you. Should I give another?
Yeah.
Okay. You should tell your mother an anecdote from 3 years earlier. I work in a library, and we all have to give the children's librarian a break. So one day I went down to give the children's librarian her 20-minute break, and as I was approaching, a little boy came up and asked for a coloring page. Katie, the librarian, and I spoke a little, and the little boy had taken the coloring page and came back to her and asked, showing her a picture of a flower, which petal has the stripes on it? Katie leaned down and pointed out a petal which he'd drawn stripes on. He went back to his seat, and Katie went away. I remained in the children's room. A few minutes later, the little boy came up and asked me to find the petals with stars. I found a petal with stars on it and pointed them out. He returned to his seat with his grown-up, did a little more work on the flower, and came back, asking me to identify first the petal next to the green leaf, second, another petal that had rainbows on it, and after the third question, he stopped and looked at me, and looked back at his little sheet of coloring page, and looked back up at me and said, "You have gotten all of these right. You are very smart. You should tell your mother." I smiled and thanked him, and in fact, began composing an email to my mother, telling her of this story, when another child came up asking where the Amelia Bedelia books were. Amelia Bedelia books are easy to find if you are fluent with the alphabet, but if you are reading Amelia Bedelia, you're usually not there yet. So I got up to show her where the Amelia Bedelia books were. And when I returned, the little boy had left, leaving the coloring sheet with the striped petals by my desk. And I took it. When the children's librarian returned, she saw the coloring page and arched an eyebrow. I told her what had happened, and she replied, "Have you told your mother?" I smiled. I have an email in the drafts folder on my email account, but I think it would be improved if I took a picture of this email and attached it to it, don't you? And she said, "Oh, absolutely." And I said, "Well, then I'm waiting on you because I can't do that till I can get to my phone." Katie looked at me and said, "Well, I'm back now. Get to it." And I took the piece of paper and walked up 2 flights of stairs. And on the way to the locker with my phone, I passed my supervisor's office and I knocked. "Can you stand for a moment of cuteness?" I asked my manager. "Always," she said, pushing away from her computer and rolling up to me. And I told her the story of the little boy. "Have you told your mother?" she worried. And I said, "I was on my way. But, I thought we could stand for the moment of cuteness story." And she looked at me and said, "Thank you." And so I returned to my locker, got out my phone, took a picture of what was probably inspired by an intelligence test, and sent it to my mother. Thank you. I wish I still smoked Redux. I smoked with you, and it killed me the way that heartbreaks do, but that didn't matter. I sought after it, too, that pressed poison of passion that only made me feel more alive. Never dreamed that something made me feel so good could be harmful. The new boys do not fulfill me, or kill me like you did. I miss falling in love with you. Okay,
Thank you, Christy. That was amazing,
thank you.
funny and touching and beautiful.
Thank you.
Um, so I guess maybe we'll return to the open mic for a few minutes, and then we'll go to our next video.
Wow. Hi, Kim. Hi, Zetta. I got your name on the list, Aaliyah. So, coming to this hot mic, please tell me if I'm saying your name right. Exetta?
Yes.
Come on, hit us with the stuff, girl.
Thank you. This is titled "You Might Find Me Near the Water." Amen. I love late spring when temperatures rest in the mid 80s. Blue skies are clear and a nice fresh breeze lingers across the horizon. It's a beautiful day to pack a picnic lunch, grab a good book and a writing tablet, and head out to flowing waters. Stroll down to running springs where the green grass is freshly trimmed. You might find me near the water, under the large sycamore, next to the rose garden, my place of refuge, a place of peace to be still, an escape to total paradise to focus on reading, and if I want to write, I do. Where the atmosphere hears the voices of all God's creation. After a peaceful, nutritious meal, I move closer to the banks where clear, fresh water flows through my fingertips, and it feels darn good. Nature calls my name, and I go for a swim. A cleansing to replenish the spirit, mind, and soul. Restoring those positive thoughts to forget this unsettling world. So if you need me, you might find me near the water, repeating, Amen, amen, amen.
Great seeing you again, Exeter. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good seeing you. Love
thank
the
you.
book.
Oh, yes. Wow. Yasmin.
Hey y'all. So, hey Reddy. The
Hey.
readings are so wonderful, so wonderful. I'm gonna just read two haikus. And it's from my book Summer Breath. It came out a few years back. Hope you guys enjoy it. First haiku. Better be careful. Prayers washed in Saturday's gin. Sit front pew Sunday. All right. And okay, and the second one, give me a second. I had it marked, so this is the second one. Brooklyn dollar vans whip down Flatbush Avenue, oblivious to rules. All right, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
Thanks.
Wow. It's hot up in here. Coming to the mic. Angela, would you like to share? Because I did put your name on the mic.
Why don't we just go to how about I'll share the next video that we have.
Yes, that's good.
Okay. You all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember the sky you were born under. Know each of the stars' stories. Remember the moon, know who she is. Remember the sun's birth at dawn. That is the strongest point of time. Remember sundown and the giving away tonight. Remember your birth, how your mother struggled to give you form and breath. Your evidence of her life and her mother's and hers. Remember your father. He is your life also. Remember the earth whose skin you are. Red earth, black earth, yellow earth, white earth, brown earth. We are earth. Remember the plants, trees, animal life who all have their tribes, their families, their histories too. Talk to them, listen to them. They are alive poems. Remember the wind. Remember her voice. She knows the origin of this universe. Remember that you are all people, and all people are you. Remember, you are this universe, and this universe is you. Remember. Remember the sky. Remember the earth. Remember the sun. Remember the moon. Remember your birth, your death too. Remember, remember your father, remember your mother. You are this earth is you. Remember.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful. Wow. I was actually remembering. Wow, John, thank you.
Beautiful.
Aaliyah, you not put your name on. You know how I could tell.
Well, it's a good thing I got something in front of me. Well, I know who I'm dealing with, so okay.
You already know.
I already know. All right, I'm gonna share this poem called Black Sugar. The band played A Lovely Day, and I danced an old school two-step for you. The lead singer, a tall, light-skinned man, who wore wide-leg pants like my uncle the sensei, whose black Japanese pants swished sharp wind sounds in karate class at the Astoria Projects Community Center after Vietnam. I thought of you, my beloved Jay, and those high school years in Queens. Hallways, basement, and block parties. How we strolled the halls, finger locked, and you walked me to class. How you kissed me like a man kisses a woman, all passion and tenderness, always and forever. The reasons that we're here when we were only 15, 16, 17. Our love was innocent. Black magic poems and slow jams. You recited Shange for colored girls over the phone. It was graduation night, and I was the only virgin in the crowd until my grandmother made me hang up after midnight on a school night. I was all Malbec and Pinot Noir tonight, and I swear I heard your voice whisper, all Bill Withers and Shange in my ear, and you said, I love you, Miss Lady.
Beautiful. Thank you. Heather, where are you?
I'm here ignoring you.
Oh, no. You know me, I'm going to keep on moving and then I come back.
Yes, come back.
Okay. Kim, please.
Okay, let's turn the light on.
Okay.
I thought if I was in the dark, you wouldn't save me.
I saw you, girl. I saw you.
No joke. I'm gonna read something from today. Thank you. This was something that prompt Aaliyah gave earlier. And the prompt was when little black girls get the Holy Ghost. When little black girls get the Holy Ghost, jump straight up high, a swan dance until she is held down for her own safety, still her legs spinning wildly, kicking with joy. That old Deacon Hensworth is always there, peeking up under her dress, any dress, staring, hoping to see if she got a period yet. He covers his lips, faking a cough, while licking said lips. Even in the house of the Lord, a girl child ain't safe. Even during the onset of her first spirit dance with the Lord, she is not covered. Her body sees the harm in witnessing her tiny panties half wedged in a perfect butt cheek. It was only her little brother, Jeremy, Germ for short, that yells, "Stop looking at my sister like that." He is excoriated for embarrassing the family. The girl now talking in tongues. She is asking God for protection and to give her daddy a better job so that they could have fried chicken every once in a while and not beans and biscuits every night. He coming in my shunda. He coming in my shunda. He coming in my shunda. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
You sound like you've been there, Kim.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you talking about the fried chicken on the spring? What are you talking about, Heather?
The tongues, the tongues.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, darling.
Nothing else, just the tongues.
Don't you said people looking up my dress.
Poet Nawaz, please.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Hold on. Trying to navigate. Use the camera. Allow. Where am I? Okay, finally. Oh, welcome. In honor of Women's History Month, I would like to read Maya Angelou's poem, Phenomenal Woman. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they can say, still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care. 'Cause I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Thank you very much.
Yay.
And an
Thank
honor
you.
and a privilege to all the women this month. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you. Wow. I told you, Mike is hot. Excuse me. Rita? Rita, where are you? Rita?
Yes. Hello, everybody. I
Hi,
just had such a
baby.
hard time getting on. Then I started cooking it. So now I had to turn off everything. I could wait till after everybody reads. Did the first reader go?
Yeah, you missed her. It
Yeah,
was
well, I'm here
Christy.
now.
Fire,
I'm here
as
now.
always. Please.
So I'm not ready to go. I'm just ready to hear and enjoy.
Are you not ready to go? Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Jill, I'll come back to you, Frida. Are you ready to share, Jill?
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to read an excerpt of something I was reading. I was working on from our La Finca group earlier this week. And the portion I'll read will be in honor of Women's History Month. And I based it on the prompt, I keep singing and crying. The overall piece is what I'm going to call a lamentation of different news events that have been going on, but I'll just read this one portion. Okay. Okay. Day in and day out, in the face of brutalities and death, piling up one after another, we sing and cry and beg for mercy. The survivors. Underaged girls subjected to the sinister caprices of overaged men, used, abused, castaways of the island. The details of what exactly happened, kept secret and safely buried in the island sand by its wealthy and powerful guests, who laugh and bluster, wondering even to this day what all the fuss is about, as if they'd only been romping about, building sandcastles on the beach in the innocent light of summer sunshine. Day in and day out, in the face of shameful shamelessness, endlessly piling up one after another, the survivors cry, but also rightfully and bravely demand mercy and justice for themselves and for all. Thank you.
Wow, nice. Thank you. John, I have one more person on the open mic list, and then I will turn it to you. And
Okay.
then we have all the readers that said, later. I got y'all.
Okay.
I got y'all. Amy.
Yes, ma'am.
Amy.
Hello.
Please.
All right. All right. This is my first time on here, so nice to meet everyone. Nice to see y'all. Okay, this is by Jane Hirschfield. I saw it the other day, and it just stuck out to me, and it feels very much like something a woman would think. This is how I feel. So, this is called "My Life Was the Size of My Life." My life was the size of my life. Its rooms were room-sized. Its soul was the size of a soul. In its background, mitochondria hummed. Above it, sun, clouds, snow, the transit of stars and planets. It rode elevators, bullet trains, various airplanes, a donkey. It wore socks, shirts, its own ears and nose. It ate, it slept, it opened and closed its hands, its windows. Others I know had lives larger. Others I know had lives shorter. The depth of lives, too, is different. There were times my life and I made jokes together. There were times we made bread. Once I grew moody and distant. I told my life I would like some time. I would like to try seeing others. In a week, my empty suitcase and I returned. I was hungry then, and my life too was hungry. We could not keep our hands off, our clothes on, our tongues from.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't know how to do it.
Wow. So, John.
Yes, that it has been wonderful. What an amazing reading so far today.
Yes.
Everyone is really coming to share something. To share something like profound and beautiful, and I'm just honored to be here as the only man.
Yeah.
Which
We're honored that you're here listening because you get us.
Yeah. Well, that's a compliment for you to say that.
But it's the truth.
So for our next reader, featured reader, we have Radhiyah Aybobami. She is born in Brooklyn with Southern roots. Her journey to writing began at the kitchen table listening to her grandmother's stories. She holds a BA in Africana Studies from Brooklyn College and an MFA in Prose from Mills College. She has received awards from the New York State or New York Foundation for the Arts and the Sustainable Arts Foundation. She was also the 2024 Talk of the Town resident artist at El Museo and the new NYC Mayor's Office of Immigration Affairs. Some of her most enjoyable work has been facilitating creative writing arts sessions in schools and community centers across NYC. Her free time is spent unrolling her yoga mat in random locations and cheering at her son's basketball games. She is the author of The Long Amen. Welcome, Radhiyah Aybobami.
Thank you. Okay, folks. So I'm a little low key today. I'm in the South, which I'm really grateful for because the energy is just very slow and relaxing. So I'm just going to make this simple. I'm going to read just one short piece, which is not a poem. It's just a story. So I just invite you to listen. I have to turn my camera off because I have to go to another screen to read. So just if you got some tea, if you got a cigar, if you got some popcorn, if you got some cookies, like whatever you got, just kick back and I'm going to do the thing. Okay. called Hey American. Lois was the first delicate Black girl I ever met in New York City. On the first day of high school, me and my best friend Crystal sauntered down the street, already late in our acid wash jeans and Reeboks, patting down our baby hairs in Crystal's compact mirror, and talking about the kids who had one pair of cross-colored jeans and wore them all the time. Lois was already at our bus stop, standing at attention in a stiff white shirt buttoned up to her neck, a straight black skirt that ended at her knee, and saddle shoes. Worst of all, her hair was in two thick corn braids, the way we wore our hair tied under a scarf as we crept to the beauty parlor on Saturday mornings or sat in the kitchen chair, shades drawn, getting our hair pressed for church. Lois came to school dressed like the prayers of all our grandmothers who ironed our clothes and burned our hair and said, "Go on to school and do well, and maybe you can be a school teacher." And at that age, we were ashamed of the grandmothers with their thinning hair that smelled like smoke and the starched collars of their dresses that still hadn't saved them from a lifetime of hard work. And when we saw Lois, we were reminded of those grandmothers, and we laughed at her. Crystal said, "Saddle shoes? This ain't 1952. I said, "Corn braids," like she in the color purple. We noticed the black bow tie and screamed, "Bow tie!" at the same time and laughed harder right in her face because we wanted to see her crumple. And instead of shrinking, she straightened her shoulders even more and smiled a little, and that made our laughter taper off. Didn't she know she should be ashamed coming to school that way? This was 1990, and you needed at least one pair of jeans to survive. We felt sorry for her, confused and unfashionable as she was. We didn't know that Lois in her saddle shoes and bow tie had access to more money and resources than we did at that time and would have for years to come. Her mother was a nurse, and her father was the foreman for a construction company. And even that day at the bus stop, her parents owned 3 houses, one in our neighborhood and 2 more in neighborhoods where there were only a few houses on each block and no attached walls. And there were tenants in both of those. They had land and houses in the Caribbean, some full with family and others with more tenants. And her father repaired buildings at a discount for landlords he knew. When more family and friends came from overseas, he directed them to one of his landlord friends who put them in a room or apartment to the side, and they didn't ask for a credit check or the first month's rent. And as soon as one person left, someone else from their network filled the spot. An agreement made with each new arrival was the same: to always work, attend school if possible, to be Christian clean and quiet, and to commit to the biggest tithe, saving money for a house. Lois was the first protected Black girl I ever met in New York City. Soon after we all met at the bus stop, Crystal met a boy named Alan, and her whole life became standing in front of the school gate smoking with him and with the wild girls and getting felt up on the back staircases and running to catch the afternoon bus with her shirt buttoned up wrong. There was no space for me in her life, so Lois and I began to gravitate towards each other. Lois was a storyteller, and while the other kids were hollering and cracking on each other and fighting on the bus, Lois and I were huddled in the front seat, and she sang childhood stories from her country to me. "Go ling ling, did you tell one boy my name? No, no, been a crew, me no tell been a crew, lie, lie, been a crew, no tell one boy your name." She made metaphors between people and nature that most folks our age and even some adults didn't understand, and many of them didn't bother to listen beyond her accent. And because she was soft-spoken and self-conscious about her English, she didn't repeat herself. I kept all her delicious comparisons for myself: the bus driver with the eyes of a jackrabbit, the mean girl with a weave ponytail like a cowtail, the light-skinned girl who thought she was cute and whose face was splotched like roti. I didn't even know what a roti was, and it was still funny. So Lois and I pulled tight, and she invited me to her house. Such a house I had never seen. It was a few blocks from where I lived with my grandmother, mother, and rotating crew of cousins. Just Lois and her family lived in the house, and she had a father, a boisterous spirit who said, "Hey, American," whenever I walked through the door. I didn't have any close friends who had fathers in their houses, and even though Lois and I spent most of our time in her room, her own, which was another revelation, or in the backyard with our books pretending to study while I taught her the dirty lyrics to rap songs. I still remember watching her father from the corner of my eye. What did such a creature do? Wasn't he supposed to sit in a big chair and read a newspaper while kids and dogs and women bought him slippers and a pipe and a steak and a leather belt to beat the children when they misbehaved? Apparently, Lois' father was unaware of this script. I don't believe I ever saw him sit down. He was a loud talking whirlwind who worked all day and clomped home in construction boots just as Lois and I were in our second hour of deciphering Big Daddy Kane lyrics with science textbooks in our lap. He drank 2 beers straight from the fridge, grabbed his wrapped dinner on the stove, and slammed back out the door on the way to his second job singing. He wouldn't return until midnight. On the few weekends I saw him around the house, he was fixing something in the backyard or talking loud as he made plans on the phone. And then soon enough, he was gone in his rambling truck, tools rattling behind him. While he was away, I got to be in a house of Caribbean women. When I first came to the house, we sat in the front room on a couch-sized piece of furniture that was a couch, but not a couch, something a little smaller and a lot harder. And we had some tea in cups and saucers and some hard cookies called biscuits that weren't at all like the Chips Ahoy my grandmother kept on top of the fridge. But after my visits became frequent, her parents saw that I was a nerdy round girl with a backpack full of books. They knew I wouldn't lead their daughter into teenage sex with dangerous American boys with strange haircuts. And I stopped being a guest. Then we had tamarind juice from mugs, and I hung around as the woman of the house cooked and washed clothes and scrubbed floors and joined hands in prayer before I went home. And Lois's mother had things. I'm sure her parents had discussions about money, but I never saw her mother wear old brown shoes or the same coat all the time, the way my mother and grandmother did. Lois's mother had pearls and a fur coat and pictures of herself on the wall in evening dresses like the award shows on TV. Sometimes a few aunts came over and talked about husbands and children over cups of tea. And if they noticed me and Lois hanging around too long, her mother gave us something to do. But they seemed to be adult women in a way that my own mother wasn't, sleeping in a twin bed at the back room of my grandmother's house. In my own bathroom at home, there were baggy beige bras and baggy pink polyester underwear and baggy brown stockings freshly washed and hanging up over the shower railing. In Lois's bathroom, there were a whole rack of dry and lace bras and silky panties. When Lois and I changed clothes in gym class, I noticed that she also wore delicate lace bras and underwear. I wore sturdy cotton bras my grandmother bought from the hospital workers' uniform store when she got a discount, and big cotton underwear with the name printed on the waistband. Inside the dresser my mother and grandmother shared were a few stiff girdles that I couldn't stretch even when I tried with both hands, a few jars of Tiger's Balm, my grandmother's hospital scrubs, and my mother's long-sleeve church dresses. They were both at full-time jobs by 8 every morning, and by 3rd grade I was wearing a key on a shoestring around my neck and coming home alone to an empty house. On weekends, they hauled laundry and grocery bags, took out the garbage, and divided up money and bills for the week. When the bill was late, the workman came out, demanded access to the meter, and dug up a hole in the front yard with orange cones around it so the whole block knew our service was disconnected. Then my mother or grandmother went down to the office in a church dress and made payment arrangements to have service turned back on. At night, they made sure the windows and doors were locked shut, and if they heard strange noises at night, we all got up to check, steak knives in hand. At Lois's house, her mother and sisters threw trash into a huge garbage can that her father emptied even when it was full. Even on the nights he worked late, no one checked doors or windows or listened for strange noises because they knew when the clock struck midnight, the man of the house would be home, stomping down ghosts and would-be burglars in his heavy boots, hauling out trash for early morning pickup, and checking the doors and windows, keeping his women folks safe from the outdoors. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna pause here because I feel like I've been reading a long time. So,
More.
Actually, yeah, can you continue?
Not long enough.
Okay.
it's
I
like
mean,
maybe
what?
Give us one more, baby, please.
Please do.
Go on.
Talk about we
Not
gonna
yet.
turn it off. What? I
it's
paid the
about 2
bill.
pages from the end. Y'all want me to finish it?
Yes.
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 Oh yeah.
Take your time too.
In the
Why you
world.
slow? Take your
Okay.
time.
I don't, all right, y'all was quiet, so I said, let me check in.
Okay.
All right, let's see. We went through all the bathrooms, blah, blah, blah. I'm reading this from my email. Okay. As soon as I got used to the rhythm of Lois's house and began looking forward to the warm smell of curry blooming in her kitchen on the weekends, a sudden shift happened in our friendship. Lois met Craig. He was Crystal's cousin from some distant state with a face like a bulldog, and I wish they would give him a bag of treats and put him back on the bus to wherever he came from. Because Craig instantly fell in love with Lois, and Crystal was in love with Alan, and all of a sudden, they were a foursome that did not include me. Soon enough, Lois began to straighten her hair. The bow ties and white shirts disappeared, replaced by jeans. She stopped comparing people to animals and she told no more stories. Instead, she sang Patra and Buju Banton and boys asked for her number. Crystal's appearance also began to change. She wore gold eyeshadow and purple lipstick. She got a nose ring, knee-high leather boots, and wore cherry and berry perfume from the dollar store that anyone could smell miles away. I didn't ask Crystal or Lois if they were having sex, but something was blooming in them that everyone could see. One afternoon, we went to Lois' house, Crystal in the leather boots, me in the bag of books. Lois' mother came and stood in the doorway. There was something beautiful and powerful about her that called people to attention, but didn't encourage familiarity. I could never stroll through her gate without knocking like I did at Crystal's, whose grandmother was forever cooking a huge pot of collards in a flowered house dress, while her mother, who also had a nose ring and wore acid wash jeans, slept on a twin bed in the corner of the living room. Lois's mother seemed to be surrounded by her things, her pearls and her house and her husband wrapped around her as securely as her fur coat. Lois once told me that her mother was a teenager when she was born, and I wondered how she turned teenage motherhood in a faraway country into pearls and fur coats and houses in America when my family had been in America for centuries and could barely keep the lights and gas on in just one house. On the day Lois's mother answered the door, the French bun and pearls combined in a way that made me and Crystal feel the weight of our mother's singleness and twin beds in the family house. She spoke to me first. You may come here and study with Lois because you bring books. And then she turned to Crystal. But you bring nothing, and you cannot come here anymore. We stood on the doorstep, stunned. Lois was standing behind her mother with her head down, and she never moved. Her mother spoke again. We have a family activity, and Lois cannot have any company today. Good afternoon. The pearls closed the door in our faces. When we saw Lois at school the next day, she cried and asked us to come to our house next week when we had a holiday and her mother was at work. And we did. She fried plantains and gave Crystal a double portion and asked questions about Alan and Crystal's hair and the berry perfume while I sat there and thought about the chapter I wanted to finish reading. Crystal answered all the questions with a word or two, her arms and legs crossed at the table. She rolled her eyes at the plantains and asked, "Why you gave me all this plantains? I'm going to get fat." Lois glanced quickly at me and kicked Crystal under the table and said, "It doesn't matter. I weigh 125 pounds, and Craig said he likes it." "I weigh 125 pounds too," Crystal smiled then, and Lois smiled back. "I went shopping yesterday. Come and try some things on," Lois said, and they got up from the kitchen table and walked upstairs, talking and laughing. Maybe they expected I would follow them as usual, but I felt the shift. I felt it when Crystal and Lois giggled over Alan and Craig, and I munched my snacks and remained silent. I felt it when Lois's mother banned Crystal and her leather boots. I hadn't been banned because I was safe. And now this last thing was the weight and the clothes and the berry perfume and the boys that liked it all. I grabbed my backpack full of books. We all lived so close to each other that it was common for one of us to dash home for something and return. "I'll be back," I called out. From upstairs, I heard laughter and the radio and male voices blaring from the speakerphone. I heard a boy ask, "Can I come over?" And there was more laughter. "I'm going," I shouted again. "See you later," someone shouted back, and I couldn't tell who. All right, y'all. That is it. Thank you for listening.
Was
Thank
wonderful.
you.
It was one. Is that the end of the story? I just have to ask that.
That is the end of the story. And if you want to read the story, it's in Quaylee's Black Girlhood issue. I think,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So it is online. I want to say it
Okay.
was 2020-ish.
Okay.
But
Wow.
if you Google Quaylee
That's
Journal Black Girlhood issues, it's there. And so
Yeah, that's a black girl story, and I so love it. The Caribbean-ness of it, and the mix. But because here in the Caribbean, and yeah, it's so authentic. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you
Beautiful.
so much. And my mama is in the chat under Barbara Harris with her orange shirt on. So
I got
she
her on the
sometimes
list. I got her on the list, girl. I
Thank
got
you,
her on the
girl.
ah
list.
Oh,
okay.
Thank you,
Because she
wow.
said
Barbara.
she might read a piece. I was gonna say I don't know if she remembers any of these
Oh,
things differently than I do, but she's on now.
I
I
kind of
got to just
remember the
create a
story. Yeah.
license with stuff.
yeah. Oh, wow. Hello.
Wow.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting
Although
me.
I'm sorry, guys, I don't have my camera says it's not working, so forgive
It's
me. You just
okay.
yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you
letting me share.
for all
Thank
enjoying my
you.
daughter's
You.
Okay.
writings.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a wonderful story. I just found myself so
Wow.
riveted to it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
I don't know how I got picked to follow my daughter, but I'll read
Ah,
something that I saw online for Women's History Month. I don't know
yes.
who wrote it, but the title of the piece is called She. It says she struggled and lost so much and overcame everything they said she wouldn't. She stumbled and traveled a hard road and healed in places they thought she shouldn't. She fought battles she never imagined and braved forces they claimed she couldn't. She wrestled with her fears and shadows and overcame as they told her she wouldn't. She walked through despair and darkness and survived what they supposed she shouldn't. She rose anew from ashes and ruin and persevered where they swore she couldn't. She battled those who didn't believe and triumphed just as they said she wouldn't. For all that she is still confident, still standing, still stronger than they had seen. She is unyielding. I don't know who
Yeah.
wrote it, but I just thought it was nice.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I
Yes.
think, and because I know your daughter, it speaks of her as well. So thank you for that.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why not blow our own horn and praise ourselves on today, right?
Yeah, you're not telling a lie.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Because
you're
all the other days we criticize ourselves for things.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
We
You get
are
to a
our
season of
biggest
life where you don't
critic.
want to do that anymore.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the
Okay, if
mother-daughter
you
team from your
yes,
eyes,
that's so
through your
wonderful.
eyes, through
Mm.
your mother's eyes. I'm
Thank you.
looking through one eye, which is you two.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm. Give thanks.
Marilyn, if you
Thank
want me
you.
to go now, if you don't have anybody else,
Please. Oh, how did you know I was calling you out?
I
Thank
kind of
you.
figured, but I thought
You
that
know.
in case nobody else wants to go after those two hard hits, I could bring it down, lower the field a little bit. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me, me and these technical business here. Let me see. Let me get to the real my. So this poem I'm going to read, I stumbled upon it the other day. I wrote this in Frida's workshop. What is it again? La Finca, writing at La Finca, and it it's kind of rough, but bear with me because I think the theme fits. To the unknown women, to the unknown women who cook their ears. Sorry, who cook. Starting over. To the unknown women who cocked their ears to the wind, who shaded their eyes against a tropic glare to see from which way the storm was rising, to those who sniffed and smelled upon the twisted scent of sea that fish was stinking even as they swam, to those who have left the heat, who have felt the heat rising through asphalt and knew that hell itself was rising from beneath, to those who sensed within their spirits the coming unrest and trembled even as they arose that day to scrub the pots and cook, to visit their vegetable patches, to water maturing fruit, and wash their children's clothes and bedding. To those who did not make a placard or march in bright colors against some wrong, or even shout over their fences because they were afraid. To those who stayed in their yards and worked, fed babies on their breasts, or having none, babies or breasts, gave bread to other people's children, or passed bowls of stew to the old man on the other side of the fence. Even as they quaked in their unshod feet, as their children searched faces for laughter they did not find. To the women in the neighborhood who peel out hymns of protection and each day strive, fighting back the evil which ebbs and flows like waves of thunder. But these women, nameless faces nondescript, quiet in their endurance, do what they can to keep us, to save us, even if they descend into their graves unsung. Thank you.
Unsung.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. On the list is me.
I'm
and
ready
Angela.
too.
Oh, Frida, you ready?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
ask what you cook? What you cook, girl? What you cook?
I made
Before you.
I made curry chicken, and I just washed my rice, but I didn't put it on because it would have burnt up. And
Yeah.
I also made because I had already prepped it. I'm making spaghetti and meatballs, but that's probably going to be for tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, Frida, for that poem. I think we did it at the time when we talked about the women, the last, not this last one you had
Yes.
one
The
before.
warrior women. Yeah.
I just remembered, yes, because I didn't know any one warrior woman. I just thought that we all warriors.
But this one, actually, I'm going to read. It's very short, actually, but it both people who had something to do with it. Heather helped me edit and prepare my. It was a short one-act play called The Midnight Ride, and I hired actors, and one actor who portrayed Dottie was the magnificent Felicia Cade, who is now carrying on her own, on uh, uh, I guess you call a writing project at Langston Hughes House. Okay, so this particular part of the play, just to set it up, different people from different backgrounds and races, and they all meet and they're stuck on a subway platform in New York City during the time of the Black Lives Matter protests and COVID. So for some reason, the subway is not running and it's delayed, and they kind of like have nothing to do but to learn about their own stories. So Dottie is a nurse, and she just had come from Lincoln Hospital, and the platform is on 149th Street, right near Lincoln Hospital, and they were talking about the COVID and how it must really be bad for Dottie the nurse. And then Dottie responds in this way, because Reggie is going to be Reggie says something to her. Reggie's going to be the next Bronx borough president. They're going to help him get elected. But Reggie says, well, statistics so. And so Dottie says, Reggie, I ain't talking about statistics. I'm talking about what I see in the hospital. The other day, I witnessed something that chilled me to the bone. She was young and in nursing school herself. When this young woman was brought in, she was so bloody. She could have been a victim of war. How can a human take abuse to such a level? And so basically, she's talking about a victim of domestic conflict. And so Dottie rises and steps forward into the spotlight and recites Mercy. That's the name of the piece. Just the memory of perfection, so soon to be a faded photo. a ring of candles. Since when did beauty lead men to insanity? Since the age before Christ, before Helen, before Troy? Since when did men forget the blood Jesus shed meant there be no need for sacrifice? O Lamb of God, who taketh away the sins of the world, tell the dragon to resheath his claws and leave men alone. That's the end of it. It was very short. And I must say that I was inspired by an actual event that had happened. And so this young girl named Mercy, her name was Mercy, she was killed by her so-called boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And I haven't finished the Midnight Ride, so we're going to find out what Nurse Dottie does to resolve this kind of what she can do to resolve this kind of situation. Okay, that's it.
Thank you.
Wow.
I didn't mean to end it so sad, but it's a reality. And Mercy, actually, I really knew
No,
Mercy.
you didn't end it too sad, because that's reality and that happens. Some people are able to walk away, and some people doesn't. Angela.
Yep. I have two short poems. They're not mine. I'm just thinking about women's history, and some poets that have inspired me. So one is the late Win Henry, who I met at the Women Writers in Bloom. And she actually has a poem in here that's for Maya Angelou. So we already had a reference to that. So this is called Heart of a Woman for Maya Angelou. On Friday afternoon, she called out through the pages of her book, sitting on a shelf at Piccolo's, alive and waiting to be heard for only $1. What a price for such wisdom to be gained. On Monday evening, I read her message, amazed and intrigued by risky ingenuity, her words resting comfortably on a red pillow, not knowing that by Wednesday night, she would be gone. And although we never met, I'm glad she spoke to me in her last 5 days on earth, and I stopped long enough to listen.
I remember when. Remember.
Yeah. Yes. And another, this is from Patricia Spears Jones. And I was just flipping through, and since this is the year of the fire horse, I found Waiting for the Year of the Horse. I'll end with this one. Waiting for the Year of the Horse. A full moon or the shape of its coming, day after my birthday, horse gallops in the lunar year. No more dragons. Are we happy? Will there be firecrackers? Shouts in the streets? Curses? Oh, demons be gone. Are you the writer I expected, or a messenger with bad news? Am I a sanctuary or a difficult harbor to navigate? Your hands are large enough to hold many things and to let them loose. One by one, rose petals, coins, my name in metal, explode. End poem.
Nice. Wow. So I got two poems for y'all. This one I wrote the other day. And I want to thank y'all, because this is what I knew I was going to feel. And it's called Sunday Delivers Peace. I am relaxed, Peacefully, I feel the joys this Sunday brings upon my soul. Quietly, I relax this week. Chaos and confusion, betrayal that roams freely upon the earth, invading everyone's body and soul, trying to corrupt the mind. So you might fight, yell, holler, but all you do is cry. That's Hurricanes of Emotion, Part 2. Peaceful Sunday, here you are, coming to satisfy our minds. Creativity is in the air, celebrating Women's Month. All the women around the world. Peaceful Sunday smiles at me, welcome me to enjoy all that I feel, see, hear, and smell. Spring is definitely in the air. I am enjoying this day. And I leave y'all with this, celebrating us. Women, we are strong, we are powerful, we are the air you breathe. We are created in such a special and unique cuteness. That's who we are. Women extreme. We have built dynasties as well as destroy them in a blink of an eye. We definitely got that sultry side. How you want it, baby? We whisper seductively, cause baby, we knows how to get down. That's what us women is all about. We come in different sizes, nationality, ethnic groups, speaking in different language, beautiful and diverse, colors, human colors. We are all around the world, you heard? Now, we are far from being perfect. Mistakes we will definitely do. We are the ones that everyone comes to for support, love, and answers to understand no matter what we are going through. Oh yeah, when we wild out, that could get a little messy. Or not for you. Wit carry us through hurt, pain, betrayal, loss. Still, we come up on top. Now, some of us has fallen down, never to return, abused all of their lives. And some of us have no idea what that horror is all about. For the love of family and community is what their lives are all about. Yes, we are in all walks in life, from the bedrooms to the White House First Lady, running $1 million biz, countries, hospitals, lawyers, doctors, teachers, nurses, cops, chefs throughout the world. We are running things, you heard. We are mothers, grannies, aunties, sisters, great-grandmas, great-great-grandmas, great-godmommies, or just your best friend. Women, the love I feel from y'all, thank you.
Thank you so much. I have one more video to play,
Please.
and then we'll close. I was going to play Phenomenal Woman, but Poet Nawaz stole it from me. And she did a wonderful job reading it.
Yes, she did.
So I
Yes,
have another
fire.
one from Maya Angelou.
Great.
Yes.
Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may tread me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise. I rise. I rise.
We rise. Lovely.
So thank you all for being here tonight. This has been a wonderful, beautiful reading. Thank you especially to Radhiyah Aybobami and Christie Robbins for your
Yes.
amazing readings tonight. Thank you for
Thank you.
all the outstanding open micers. Every week,
Fire.
every month that we have this, it's beautiful, it's powerful. I hope you will come back to Creative Expressions. Next month we will be at Dada in Queens.
Yes.
And then
In
we'll be back to
person.
Miami. Yeah. Did you have something else you'd like to add, Heather?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and Frida?
So the folks that are living or calling in from other states, the online book also, we're like the cousins of Creative Expressions, writing at La Finca. But
actually,
you know,
sisters.
yeah,
Actually,
we
closer
sisters.
than that.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So we'll be in touch, okay? And everybody is welcome. The only thing you have to bring is goodwill.
Yes.
Okay? That's a sense of goodwill. And so, you can, I'm Frida Grace Jones on Facebook, so you can find me there and message me if you want to find out about it, or give me your email, okay?
I also would like to take this time to promote John's readings workshop series. It's not a series really, but we've decided to meet once a month, and he will do a workshop. And I got a really a poem that I felt was given to me rather than my making it up out of my head, by the Spirit. And so I would like you all to come. Right now we'll be just a small few, but we'd like for you all to visit. You'll check in with John to find out when the next one. I think we said something like last
Yeah, we
Saturday.
normally meet the last Saturday of
Yes.
each month. It's so funny too because Heather came in. She had a meeting before, and she came in, and just from the spirit of it, she didn't even hear the prompt, and yet she wrote this wonderful, beautiful poem. Aaliyah was also there, and she wrote another powerful piece. It was amazing time together. So we meet the last Saturday of each month.
Online, John?
Online, yeah.
On Zoom, yes.
Yeah, and it's kind of more informal. I mean, I give prompts, but it's more like just poets and writers meeting together and sharing.
Nice.
Did you say what time?
Normally from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
Yes. And if there's anybody here who doesn't know how to, you can just write to tell them your email, John. I was going to send them to Creative Expressions, but you won't get it as easily.
No, I'll post. Let's see. I'll send it out in the email. I have the Creative Expressions email.
Okay.
I'll just send it out.
So send it to everybody.
John, can you tell people about your newsletter or remind people about the newsletter?
Oh.
Oh yes, we haven't had one in a while.
Yeah, I know. I published a Finding Your Voice newsletter. That's I don't know. It's taken off. It's gone all over the world now, and it's I don't know. You never know how these things will turn out, but this one has turned out very well. But if you'd like to, if you would like to get a copy of it, it's an online newsletter that I publish. You can just put your email in the chat, and I'll send it out to you. Everyone's promoting me tonight, but I should be promoting.
Well, no, John, you deserve it. No, wait, one last. Tell him about the YouTube, the amazing work that he does. That's why he's not sending out his newsletter lately, but because he does amazing work with our salons, and he curates. What do you do with them?
Yeah, so
he puts them on YouTube, but he edits them. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, we have a YouTube channel called Creative Expressions NYC.
Right.
YouTube channel.
Beautiful.
Check us out. We have many great videos. We have interviews. We have the poetry readings. Last month we put up a prompt that with Martin Luther King that many people have that weren't even part of Creative Expressions have been viewing and sharing. A lot of people have never even been to one of our readings. So check us out, Creative Expressions NYC YouTube channel. We have a lot of different things going on right now. And we have you here, and you have been amazing today. I am so honored to be here, as I mentioned, on Women's History Month, even though I wish I could get more men to come. We're working.
That'll happen.
We're working on that.
They do come sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And April would be, of course, Poetry Month. So come with your work.
So who's going to be our features for what day is that?
It's going to be at the Dada in Queens.
Right.
The second Sunday. And
what are the features again? I forget.
So Yasmin Lancaster is going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And
what's the guy's name? A guy.
David Mills. David Mills. David was with us in the fall, and he asked if he could come back again.
Yes, hey,
He had
that's a
such a
good
good
thing.
time at Dada. He was with Dada in the fall.
And he's
Again,
gonna be a dada again.
yeah, he wants to. He lives in Queens, so it'll be
Yeah.
easier for him.
It'll be close for him.
Yeah.
And Dada is 5 to 7 also.
I'm sorry?
Well, no, we do. What is the new time there?
What's the time for Dada?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The
Is
time.
Dada
Oh,
5 to
time.
7
Oh, the time to
also?
Dada.
It's
Oh,
4
yeah.
to 6, I think.
4 to
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
4 to
Yeah,
6.
yeah.
And
And
they have
it's
they have a
close,
jazz event after too, so people are welcome to stay.
Kimberly. It's kind of close to Brooklyn. Like when I go to visit my son, it's like the exit before I get off of. It's like 2 exits before I get off to see my son on the Jackie Robinson, and it's actually on Myrtle. So you know
Myrtle.
Brooklyn. You
Yeah.
I
So
don't know
Myrtle
what
goes to
Brooklyn's so
Brooklyn and
huge
Queens.
though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Myrtle is a street that goes from Brooklyn and Queens. So if you get a
Yeah.
Myrtle in Brooklyn, it goes straight to Dada.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be here. I won't be there in the flesh because I'm in St. Kitts right now. But
Okay.
the next one I'll be there.
Yeah. And you
The
can check
next
us out on our
person.
YouTube channel. Well, the reading will put
Yes.
it up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, Dada's a great place. They have great food, and I don't drink,
Yes.
Yes.
but people tell me they have great drinks as well.
Yeah, they do.
We try to stay sober.
John, I have a question. Are you gonna have iftar? Did you fast today?
Yeah. So it's still Ramadan for me, so I haven't eaten yet. So
Oh,
you talking about food that made me hungry.
No,
Oh my
I was like, you need to invite me by.
I was gonna I could have fasted today and I forgot and I ate like a spoonful of food, so it didn't spoiled it. But my neighborhood, it has so much going on, almost everybody in the shops, and you make it, you kind of become aware because the expressions on their faces, they're so serious, you know.
Yeah.
It's a interesting thing that I never even would have thought of, but I have a masjid, or what's called a mosque, right around the corner from me. So I see all that, and it's kind of a joyful time for people.
It is.
You
It
know?
is. It's a very deeply spiritual time.
It is. Isn't it sort of like around like our holidays? To me, it opens up the door for the holidays to come back. You know what I mean? Like Thanksgiving, Christmas.
It kind of it's
That's
a
to
time
me.
where
That's to me, because
right,
it's all religious.
right. It's a time to concentrate on spiritual things and not physical things, and that's why.
Exactly, not the outside world.
Yeah. But anyway, this was very spiritual today.
Can I make an announcement
Everything
before
was
you
beautiful.
end?
I'm
Can I make
sorry?
an announcement before you end?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
The Wild Honey Writers Collective, they're having a showcase on March 22nd at 1:30, and we haven't ironed out who all the performers are and haven't gotten the Eventbrite yet. But if you could just I put a little chat in it, a little something in the chat. But if you could just have a placeholder on your calendars, and when I get all the information, I'll send it to John.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And it has an open mic. That's why I was bringing it up. It's featured writers, and then there's also an open mic on Zoom.
At what time?
1:30.
What time? Okay.
1:30.
1:30?
Eastern Standard.
Okay.
March 21st is International Poetry Day. And we celebrated here with a poetry festival at which I would read, a poetry event, a very long poetry event at which I will be reading. And that's March 20. Actually, we're doing it on the 20th, but March 21st is International Poetry Day, and I had something somewhere about an event, a Zoom event celebrating that. If I find the information, I will send it somehow. I will get it out to you guys on the chat. Okay.
All right, great.
To
That's in St. Kitts, right, Heather?
Yasmin.
It's actually that's the one designated by United Nations, by UNESCO.
Oh, cool.
Yes, yeah. So we celebrate it as part of UNESCO or United Nations. So yeah.
All right, everybody. So that was. I'm so glad everybody had a chance to share it. What's going on? Everyone has a lot of things going on here. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Great job, John, Angela, MTK, Heather.
Thank you.
Thank you, features.
And
Yeah, really great.
Fire, right?
Yeah, it's great.
And thank you, Exeter.
And Sonia.
And
thank you.
I will be
everyone.
her name, and Jessie.
I remember you from the New York Writers Coalition.
Yeah, you were one of our.
We wrote together many times. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of times. It's good to see you too.
You too.
Thank you for the videos.
Yes, they're beautiful.
Yeah,
Everybody was amazing.
added last.
Yes.
So please come back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yes, please.
Have a
Enjoy the rest
good night.
of your evening.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.